Hello, good evening, and welcome to Become a Better Man. My name is Tunde Disu, and you are very welcome to today's program. Last week, we started looking at credibility. We started looking at the topic of credibility, what it is, how it is, and things like that. Um, and I like some of the feedbacks that I've had so far. I appreciate your willingness to share your story with me and also to buttress some of the points that were made during the program. Thank you very much. When we started last week, we defined credibility as a commitment to truth, commitment to fairness, and commitment to objectivity. Commitment to truth, fairness, and objectivity. We say credibility is the power to inspire belief. Credibility is the power to inspire belief. Credibility is not something you demand. It's not something you purchase. It's not something you bestow on yourself. Credibility is something that others ascribe to you based on their interactions with you, based on your track record of truthfulness, of fairness, and of objectivity. Your moral integrity, your character, your views, your opinions, your willingness to hear others and be open to other people. There are so many things that we covered last week on this topic. But today we're taking it to the next level. And as you can see, the title or the topic for today's program is Credibility is Currency. Credibility is currency. Credibility is what you spend. It's a medium of exchange. It is what you give to people in order for them to give value back to you. It's what people see in you and makes them or brings them to a point where they want to invest in you. Credibility is it's a vital part of. In fact, I would say one of the keys to success in life is the level of your credibility. And a lot of people, especially people in leadership positions, have demonstrated some level of credibility at the beginning, and that attracted people to follow them, to believe in them, to support their vision, to give their all. And somewhere along the line, a lot of leaders, a lot of people in leadership position, as time goes on, whether it's the position, whether it's the trappings of the position, whatever it is, kind of get into their heads, and some of the things that people see in them and make them believe in them and in their vision, they start to compromise on those things. They compromise on truth, they compromise on fairness, they compromise on objectivity. And so before you know it, such people, in no distant time, they find themselves walking alone with nobody following them. It's not because your message has changed, it's not because the vision has changed, it's just because the undergirding support, which is your credibility, has suddenly evaporated, and therefore your followers have decided to vote with their feet. But when I say credibility is currency, what exactly to take that further? Credibility is in fact, it is your best currency. It's your best currency. It's your best advert. It's your best publicity. It's your best strength. It's your best accolade. It's the best thing that people can ascribe to you as a person. Irrespective of the fact that whether you're a leader or not. But the mere fact that people can say you're a credible person, that people can entrust you, that people can in the midst of all other options, choose to follow you, to obey you, to support you, to be with you, to trade with you, to interact with you. goes a long way to say about your level of credibility. So credibility is your best currency. With credibility, you are solvent, you are rich, you are loaded, you are just unstoppable. But without credibility, you are bankrupt. With credibility, you are solvent. I mean, you are not just patching by, you are loaded. But the moment credibility is taken away from your environment, from your person, from your identity, you become bankrupt. It's not about the number of zeros behind the figure of what you have in your bank. It's about, what do people say about you? When people think about you, when people talk about you, when people relate with you, to you, when people exchange conversations with others about you, concerning you, when your name is mentioned, when people make reference to you or to your business, your dealings, your church, your ministry, your life, is there anything that portray credibility in what they say, or do they say your name with a sense of, oh, not that one? What do people say about you? You know, Jesus in the Bible, he got to a point, he turned around, he asked his disciples, he said, what do people say? Who do people say I am? And every now and again, as individuals, as a business person, as a church leader, as a pastor, as a person, as a couple, whatever you want to use to describe yourself, we all must stop at every point in time and ask ourselves, what do people say about me? Who do people say I am? What is the word on the street about me? How do people think? What comes to mind about me when people hear my name, hear my voice, hear my presence, or when I come into a room? Is there a hurrah, hallelujah, and all of that? Or is that a turning aside of everybody to say, be careful, he's here. Be mindful, she's here. What is the level? What is your credibility currency that people transact with, that people trade with, that people relate with concerning you? See, credibility is a higher bar than success. Credibility is a higher bar than success. I'm sure we've all heard of the saying that your attitude will determine your altitude. Well, if your attitude will determine your altitude, which means your attitude will determine how high you rise, guess what? Your credibility will determine whether you stay at that level and keep going higher, or you do a nosedive and hit the ground. So credibility is higher. It's a higher bar. It's a higher calling. It's a higher level than even success itself. Because it means, credibility means others look at you as a reliable source and a decision maker, somebody that can be trusted, somebody that can be relied upon, somebody that can be referenced, somebody you can approach, somebody you can take your case to, somebody you can ask for his or her opinion. That is credibility. Because credibility allows those who relate to you, those who rely on you, it helps them to know that they can count on you. They can trust you. They can do business with you. They can align with your vision. Credibility is the sustaining aspect of anyone's character. It is what lingers after the show is over. It is the last taste that is left in people's mouth after the food has been consumed. Credibility is the smell that is left behind once the smoke is out, what do people say about you? Credibility means fostering a set of very specific qualities that, come rain, come shine, whatever the situation is, you as a person, people know what they will get in their dealings with you. You are not changing with the mood of the season. You are not changing with the weather. You are not changing with the trend. You are not changing. You are constant. You are truthful. You are fair. And you are objective. That is what people are looking for. In fact, that is what you are looking for in everybody, in every person, in every organization that you deal with, you transact with, you relate with. That's what you're looking for. Like I said last week, a survey was done across the world, asking people, what is the number one thing you're looking for in your leader? What is the number one quality that you are looking for in a leader? Guess what it was? Honesty, integrity, credibility. That's what people are looking for. That's what you are looking for. That's what motivates you and encourages you to relate and deal with people. It's not just based on what they say, because every man and every person is a salesperson. They will sell you themselves like you've never seen. But it is what follows that saying. There are many things that you and I can do to be successful. So many things that we can do. But if you need encouragement to focus your attention, to pour yourself into an avenue, into an aspect of yourself, of your life, in order for you to be successful, to be truly successful, you better focus on being a credible person, being described as a credible person. You know, there are some people who right now, say you are 40 years old. There are people who are 40 years old that cannot even point to one person who was their friend when they were 10 years old, when they were 15, when they were 20, not even when they were 30 years old. Do you know why? Because most people don't know the value of investing credibility in their relationships. And what people are looking for is, how credible are you? Let me ask you, how many of the people that knew you 10, 15, 20 years ago, how many of them today can you pick up the phone right now and call, and they will talk to you, they will answer you, they will chat with you, it will be like you've never been apart? How many? I'm not talking of your colleagues in the office where you discuss the next project and the report that is late and the boss that you don't like. No, I'm talking of people that you have spent life with, that they have invested their lives in you, and vice versa. The degree to which you can call them with confidence, the degree to which they can relate to you in sincerity, is a function of the credibility that both of you had invested in that relationship. People that are regarded as credible, people that will be known and addressed and related to as credible people, they have demonstrated over time that they can be trusted. They can be trusted, number one, to listen. You see, the world we live in now has really robbed us of the great, great, great power in the ability to listen. Just to listen. There's a difference between hearing and listening. To listen and to work in the best interest of others. To hear what people are saying. To see what people are saying. To put yourself in other people's position. If you are serious if we are serious, it's about establishing ourselves as credible people. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got work to do. We have work to do. There is so much that we need to take on board. And I know some of these things you might be hearing me now and thinking, well, yeah, I know that. Yes, I've seen that. Yes, I do that. But like I said, credibility is not about what you say about yourself. It's about what others are saying. It's about how others sees you. It's about how others relate and refer and reference you. How credible are you? How credible are you? And can people around you, about you, people that have known you for more than 1 year, can they truly say that you're a credible person? We need to examine ourselves. So if your desire, like my desire, is to develop and establish and grow and increase and expand my level of credibility, here are some things that we must take on board. Here are a few tips that we must embrace. Some things that we must do deliberately so that it can push the hand of the clock on our credibility gauge can move further to the right direction, in the right direction. So the first thing you must be and you must do, that we all need to take on board to build and to strengthen, to develop and increase our credibility, is that we must be trustworthy. Now, well, yes, I'm trustworthy. Seriously? Is that what you say? Or is that what others says about you? How trust be to cultivate credibility, you must build trust. You must build trust. You must earn trust. And once you build trust and you earn trust, then you will get trust. If you build trust in your character, in your words, in your actions, in your dealings, in your views, in your interactions with other people, once you work on building that as a foundation, as a necessity, once you build and strengthen your being truthful, your being fair, and your being objective in everything with everyone, that is how you build trust. Once you build trust, guess what? Then you will earn trust. What do I mean by that? People will start to invest trust in you. People will start to describe you as a trustworthy person. And once you earn trust, now you will get trust. Because it will not just be people that knows you, that relates to you, that will prefer or that will project trust to you. No, others, by the word of testimonies of those around you, others will start to invest trust in you. Now you are getting trust. In life, your trust account, my trust account, is more important than our bank accounts. Our trust account is more important than even our bank account. If people like you, excuse me, if people like you and they trust you, they will like you, they will like and trust you to do business with you. If people like you and they trust you, they will do business with you. They will give you the advantage. They will introduce you to others. They will open doors for you. They will promote you and increase your person, because they know that you're a credible person. All all of us, we have friends that we cannot entrust, not even with our cars. Talk less of introducing them to a business partner. Talk less of introducing them to a job opportunity. But there are some people you are desperately looking for how to bless them, how to add value to them, how to open doors for them, how to introduce them to new things and enlarge their position because of the level of trust that you have in them. So in order for you to build your trust and earn trust, you must make yourself trustworthy. Secondly, you must be consistent. You must be consistent. Credibility is not a one-time issue. It's not a one-time event. It is built over a protracted period, over different activities, over different relationship interactions, over different business dealings, over different life exchanges. And over that period, once people realize that you are constant, you are consistent, your standard is the same in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, early in the morning. Once people can rely on you at any time, come rain, shine, everything, because of your consistency, that is another block in you building, developing, growing, and increasing your level of credibility. Everything you do, everything you say, everything you look, every opinion that you give must be consistent. Must be consistent with being fair, with being truthful, with being objective. The messages that you're sending out, the actions that you are taking, the interactions that you're having with others, even the thought that is going on in your heart and in your head and in your mind it must align with what you are and what you do. And that is the key to consistency. Everything must be consistent. That way people don't have to wonder, pray, fast, wait for the sign in the sky before they relate and deal with you, because they know anytime, any day, anywhere, anyhow, they know what to expect. But that is established, that pattern is established over time. If you want to build your credibility, you have to be genuine. You have to be the real, not the fake. You have to be authentic. You have to be authentic to cultivate credibility. There are so many fakes out there. There are so many actors and actresses. There are so many people wearing masks. There are so many people pretending to be something when they are not. There's so many lies out there. But for you, if your goal is to become a better man and a better woman by building your credibility, you must be genuine. You must be real. You must be authentic. When your goal is to win trust, when your goal is to be credible, when your goal is to be a person of credibility, you can't use the fake it till you make it mantra. Because everybody that you fake it with is one person less to ascribe you what you're looking for. Fake it till you make it does not work in the field of credibility. the basis of establishing yourself, of running your life, of your dealings with others, of your business, of your leadership traits, of everything about you must be of a solid foundation that provides tremendous, sustaining, long-lasting stability, no matter what the challenge is, no matter the issue that you are facing. There are people that I know who are my friends, who are my colleagues, who are my acquaintances, people I've known for long or short or whatever. I don't need to pray and fast before I stand for them. I don't need to wait to hear from them before I defend their character. I don't need to ask them before I vouch for them. And there are people like that will say the same about me, that will say the same about you. But don't let us rest in the 5 or the 3 that, no, work on it. Let's build this thing. Let's work on becoming credible so that more and more and more and more people can ascribe this badge of credibility to you and I. So we say you must be trustworthy, you must be consistent, you must be genuine, you must be accountable as well. You must be accountable. The day you become too big to be accountable is the day you become too small to become a leader, to become a person of influence. Accountability is not a sign of weakness. Being accountable does not mean you are less. It means you are credible. It means you are willing for somebody to hold you to what you say, to what you did, to what you think and how you behave. You must be accountable for your decisions. You must be accountable for your actions. You must be accountable for what you stand for. I know we live in a world where anything goes. Everybody to themselves. As long as my thing is not adversely affecting you, then have at it. No. None of us can live in vacuum. None of us can live on our own. No man is an island. Whether directly or indirectly, your life and my life is affecting somebody somewhere. Whether you know it or not is immaterial. Whether you see it or not does not matter. Whether you hear about it or not is irrelevant. But your life, your words, your actions, they are having an effect on somebody somewhere. Part of being accountable is when you make a mistake. When I didn't say if you make a mistake, because definitely we all make mistakes. When you make a mistake, number one, if you recognize that, oh boy, I dropped the ball, that was a mistake on my part, be the first to put your hand up and own it. But even if you didn't see it, it didn't cross your mind that you've messed up, when it is pointed out to you, own it. Own it and take steps to correct the error. Take steps to correct the error. And if you're not sure, just say, I'm sorry, I need you to explain to me. I really don't understand what you're trying to say. Try and get understanding. Try and get the meaning from the other person's point of view, what they're saying and what they're feeling, how they're seeing it. Be accountable. Another thing that we need to do to build credibility is that we have to be principled. You have to be a person, a man and a woman of principle. A man and a woman that stand for something and believe in what they stand for. You have to be a person of principle, not to wishy-washy, here today, gone tomorrow. Not being blown about by the winds of the, what is popular on the street. No. Know your person. Know who you are. Be the principal person that you are. Stand tall, stand firm, stand on what you have, what you have apprehended as values that you believe in your life. If you can't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And if people cannot identify what you stand for, they won't relate with you. They won't relate to you. They won't want to work with you, do business with you, work with you, or even be your friend. Because they can't figure out where you are. Be a principled person. And part of that is you need to stop comparing yourself with others. Stop comparing yourself to others. Be yourself. Be yourself. Work on yourself. Improve yourself. Make it a mantra that I'm going to be better today than I was yesterday. I'm going to increase my productivity, my effectiveness today than it was last week. Do that for yourself. Serve others. Serve others. Whether they are around you or far from you, serve others. Your life cannot be lived in isolation. It's not possible. There's a uniqueness about you, and the world is crying out for that uniqueness. Serve others. Don't live in the world of me, myself, and I. You want to be credible? Be competent. Be competent. Be competent. Let people know you for something that you are exceptionally good at. None of us is born useless. We all have something unique about us. Find it. What is it about you? What is your uniqueness? What are you exceptionally good at? Become an expert in your field. In that area, know everything that you need to know. Be an expert in your field. Become someone with the ability to analyze a situation, break it down, mold it up, and bring solutions out of issues. Be competent. But added to your competency is the fact that also be confident in your capabilities. A lot of people have you can see in them that this person, when it comes to this thing, this person is it. They have it's just oozing out of them naturally. But the reason they are not occupying and having the effect that they could have is because they lack self-confidence. Not just confident in themselves, but confident in their own capacity, in their own ability to make a difference, to bring a change. Be confident in your capacity, in your capability. What that would do is that when people need help, assistance, when they need solutions in that aspect, in that area, guess who they're going to turn to? You. You. Be honest. Be transparent. Transparency is the fundamental keystone to business and the core source of credibility. Transparency. Pure castle. Nothing to hide. You don't need to hide. Because what is unique about you is you. What is unique about you is in you. People can copy it, people can steal the ideas, but at the end of the day, they can't do it like you because it's your uniqueness. Be transparent, be honest, develop a reputation for speaking truth, for speaking with candor and honesty. Help do it so that people know. I do a lot of mentoring, especially for men. And one of the things I say to people when I start mentoring them, in our very first meeting, I said to them, I said, look, if you're going to be dishonest with me, we're not going to last. If you're not going to tell me the truth about what is the issue is, I can't help you. Imagine you go to your doctor and you said to the doctor, doctor, my right ear is just ringing. When in actual fact, the issue you have is stomach ache. Guess what the doctor will do? The doctor will be treating your right ear when your stomach is aching. So I say to people that I have the privilege of mentoring, of being around and working with, say, no, number one, I'm not here to judge you. I am not going to judge. I don't care what the issue is. I am not going to judge you. But what I request, what I demand from you is that you be honest with me. Be truthful. Be transparent. That's the only way I can help you. If you are trying to play corner, then you're going to get corner help. And it won't be what you're looking for. So if you want to be regarded as a credible person, be honest, be transparent. Also, you have to be sincere. You have to be sincere. Being credible simply means being sincere. It means you don't say everything you think, but you mean everything you say. Be sincere. Somebody said you cannot claim sincerity. You just have to be sincere. You can't say, I'm sincere. No. Just be sincere. Be sincere, and people that needs to see it will see it. And being sincere, sincerity demands commitment and dedication and the willingness to be steadfast, to be unmovable, to be straightforward, no matter what. Even to your own hurt, to your own detriment, be steadfast. Remain steadfast. Remain sincere. Remain straightforward. Remain sincere. Be sincere. Sincerity is rare. It is very rare in the world that we live in today. And that is why if you have it and you are it, you are easy to be spotted because you stand out. You stand out from the crowd. Be sincere. If you want to build, expand, increase your credibility, be sincere. also be respectful. Be respectful. I know that is something that is almost unfashionable these days. I know that is something that is almost out of fashion. But there is nothing more honoring than being respectful. Being respectful. In my line of work, I deal with a lot of people. I meet a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people. I interact with a lot of people. I exchange things with a lot of people. And it's amazing. And I'm not doing it just so that I can, it's not a show off. It's just my nature. I mean, if I'm in a shop, for instance, if I'm in a shop and I'm buying something, and the clerk or the cashier or whoever is there said, oh, say they ask me a question like, how can I help you? Oh, thank you, ma'am. I always put the ma'am or the sir at the end. And it's amazing how many people you can just see them blush just because you said ma'am or sir. And I'm not doing it to flatter them. No, for me, they are doing a service. The least I can do, the least that's expected of me is to be respectful, to honor the service that they are rendering. Well, but you're paying them your money. Yes. Well, if your money is the issue, go and eat your money at home. Go and ride your money. Go and sleep on your money. Go and do whatever with your money. It's not about your money. It's the fact that these people are there rendering a service, adding value to your life, giving you the advantage. The least you can do is to be respectful. Treat people with respect. Treat people with respect. Not because you expect something from them normally, but because you know they deserve it. You know they deserve it. Because if you are in their position, you will expect people to treat you with respect. You will expect people to recognize you, to value you, and therefore to give you that respect. When you respect people, when you show respect to people, now to you it might just be, well, it might not mean anything to you, but to the recipient, to the person on the other end, it means everything to them. Everything. Everything. Titles are granted. Positions are given. But it's respect that will earn you credibility. Is this helping anybody there? Please let me know what you're thinking, how this is, if you're getting anything out of this. And if you've not shared this program, let's quickly do that now, please. Just click the share button while we continue. Be loyal. Be a loyal person. Be a loyal person. Again, just before we go into that, respect is reciprocal. When you respect people, it is natural. It is absolutely natural that they will give it back to you. But if you carry yourself with your nose in the air and be obnoxious and people will treat you like trash. But when you respect people, the way you talk to them, the way you approach them, the way you relate to them, guess what? They're going to give that back to you in good measure, pressed down, shaking together, and you will walk out with your head held high and springs in your feet, because Everybody wants to be respected. Be loyal. Loyalty is mutual commitment to success. When you put yourself out to give other people the advantage, when you put yourself out to do good for others, when you put yourself out for the best interest of those around you, you are building your credibility. You are showing that I am loyal and I am committed to your success. And even a crazy person, if they can perceive that, guess what? Your credibility just hits an all-time high, because they can see that you're not doing this because there's something in it for you. No, you're doing it for them. Loyalty is about serving and protecting others. It's about being there for others. It's about being committed to the success of another person. But when you sow loyalty, when you sow the seed of loyalty, guess what? You will reap the harvest of credibility. Excuse me. Another way by which you can build credibility is that you have to be open and vulnerable. You have to be open and vulnerable. And this especially for men. Especially for men. Men are too close. Men's ego, they're too fragile. But in order for you to become credible, you have to open that door a little wider. You have to peel that mask back a little further than you are comfortable. Remain humble. Remain humble. To be credible, you cannot be beyond being wrong. You cannot be too big. I don't make mistakes. I'm Mr. Perfect. Really? We all make mistakes. But maturity is recognizing the fact that, number one, you are susceptible to make mistakes. Number two, that you will make mistakes. Number three, that when you make mistakes, even if you don't see it, when it is pointed out to you, you will own it. Be human. Be human. And be willing to show weakness. It doesn't mean anything less of you. It just confirms that you are a human being. None of us is perfect. Nobody. Irrespective of your name, your title, position, where you sleep, what you eat, what you ride, it doesn't matter. We all have a point, 1 point, or 2 or 3 of weaknesses in our life. It doesn't take anything away from you for you to recognize that you are still a work in progress. It's called being human. But if your mantra, if your lifestyle is, I am Mr. Perfect, I know it all, I don't need anybody's help, guess what? It's not going to earn you any credibility. People will just look at you as a pride person, full of himself or herself. But men, Men, be open. Don't buy this wrong notion of strong men don't cry. Says who? Says who? Or strong men don't have feelings. Says who? That's wrong. That's so wrong. I'm not saying you go about crying and no, but recognize the fact that you're still a human being, irrespective of your gender. And part of that recognition will help you to build credibility. Because it is when you face challenges and you go through challenges, that is part of what makes you grow and develop. And it is through your vulnerability that you have the greatest chance to create sustaining success. Through your vulnerability, that you meet people that you probably would not have met, that you encounter experiences that will change your life forever. You want to be credible. Learn to enjoy silence. Learn to welcome and enjoy silence. You see, when you look at the Maslow hierarchy of human need, one of the top needs of every human being is to feel heard, that somebody is hearing me, to be understood, to be appreciated, to be considered. So when you meet that in somebody's life, when you provide an avenue for somebody to feel they've been heard, that they've been understood, that they've been considered, that they've been appreciated, wow. Those people will draw into you and become one of you. And that will build credibility quicker than anything. The fact that some people know that if only I can just talk to this person, if I can just be in this person's presence, if I can just relate to this person, I know, irrespective of what the situation is, he or she will hear what I have to say. They will try and understand where I'm coming from. They will appreciate the things that I'm dealing with. They will not judge me or condemn me. All of that. They are building blocks in you becoming a credible person, or being recognized or referred to as a credible person. When people are interacting with you, when people are talking with you, take time to take in what they're saying, to try and understand where they're coming from, to try and put yourself in their position, rather than looking for what are they going to say that I can use to defend myself or counter what they're saying. When you are silent and you are listening and you are attentive and you pay attention, it will allow you to get a clear view into the heart and mind of the person that is relating to you. And it's also a demonstration of wisdom, of intelligence, or of security from you. You make a room for them to feel this arena, this environment, this space is safe. I can be myself. When you are able to reflect before you speak, when you are able to take in the information, process it, and then speak, when you are able to do that, even you would recognize that you start to speak you start to speak more intelligently than just shooting your mouth before the word is out of their mouth. You are putting your 3 pence in it for them without hearing the matter out. And don't be a judge. Don't judge people. In most cases, people have already judged and condemned themselves. People have already beat themselves up, chastise themselves before they come to you. Don't judge people. When you judge someone, especially without knowing who they are, what their story is, where they're coming from, how they've been through, what they have had to deal with, to a large degree, it shows that you are insecure. What are you afraid of? It's either you are insecure or you are jealous. But when you know your worth, when you know who you are, when you understand your uniqueness, and you are satisfied in your person, instead of being judgmental, you'll be kind. Instead of condemning, you'll be encouraging. You know why? The truth is, we've all had our own share of life's issue. We've had our own share of hardship, of dealing with, of going through, of being under. And you understand how you were feeling, where you were when you were going through that situation. The question is, at that point in time, would you want somebody who's going to judge you, who's going to condemn you, who's going to put you down, or you want somebody that will understand and will encourage you and will lift you up? You want to be credible? Don't judge. In closing, to have credibility, to be a credible person, is to be strong and to be assured in who you are, and also to move gently but with great energy. Have you seen the lion when it's moving? No force. Majestically. It's just one leg, one foot after the other. Just rolling. But the eyes are focused. Set on where they go. And yet they move with elegance, with poise, with strength, with energy. You are able to handle yourself in a noble and ethical manner over time when you start to possess the elegance of remaining dignified even in the midst of challenges, of remaining steadfast even in the midst of attack, of remaining focused even when everything around you is trying to distract you. When you know your value, when you know that you are valuable, it will help you to hold good posture. Your energy level will come forth. You will be soft and yet strong. And there will be clarity about you. Ladies and gentlemen, your credibility and my credibility is the underlying quality of the depth of our personal wisdom. It speaks for itself, and ultimately, it builds our success. Our credibility is the undeniable quality of the depth of our personal wisdom, of our inner strength, of our core beliefs, of what we stand for. And it speaks for itself. And it is a vital key to building success in life. Credibility, your credibility, my credibility is our best currency. It's our best medium of exchange. Because when you are credible, you are loaded. But when you are not credible, you are bankrupt. I hope something said tonight has found a place in you and help you to add these that we've done tonight to your stack of those things, those qualities that we've been working on for the past year and a half or so. Because we're going somewhere. There's a purpose behind this. There's a reason behind this. There's an agenda. There's a destination. And that final destination, that agenda, that purpose is so that when people look at you and they look at me, when people look at us, they will have no choice but to say, surely, these are better men and better women, because we have embarked on this journey of discovery together. So let me encourage you. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your purpose. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your life. Don't give up on the reason why you are on this planet. Because there's no one that can do it like you. There's no one that can be it like you. There's no one that can achieve it like you. And without you fulfilling that, this world is worse off. This world is bankrupt. This world is missing something when you and I don't fulfill our part. And that is why this platform is called Become a Better Man. Because when you become better, and I become better, and she becomes better, and he becomes better, guess what? The whole world will become better. But don't minimize where it's only me, me, or just me in the midst of 7-point-something billion people. Don't mind. Don't worry about that. You do your part. You fulfill your part. You contribute your part. And as we all do that, guess what? We're building. We're building. We're building. And one day, it will be too glaring for anybody to ignore. My prayer is that you will have the strength, the courage, the conviction to see it through, to run this race, to finish this course, so that at the end, everybody will look at you, everybody will look at me, and they will have no choice but to say, these are better men and better women. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your commitment to this platform. Appreciate it. And I'm honored, highly, highly honored that you would take time out to be part of this. Tell somebody about it. Share this program with somebody Send it to somebody in their message or inbox them or whatever. Because the truth is, we all need it. Do it now. God richly bless you. Until we meet again next week, this is Tunde. This is saying, let's go and make this world a better place. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.